The big favourite for a home win in Australia, Cathy Freeman. Twice world champion.
Has it sunk in yet that you're world champion?
I was waiting for you to... Oh, no. I mean, world champion, yeah, it sounds great and all. But what's even more important was the fact that I actually held in, I persevered and I never gave up, hung in there, so... But yeah, world champion, it sounds great, doesn't it?
You can accept defeat, or you can stare at it until defeat blinks.
Cathy Freeman carries the hopes of a nation on her shoulders. For a while, it was shaping up as one of the most dramatic contests of the Games. Cathy versus Marie-José Perec, who took the gold in Atlanta.
Freeman beginning to stride out and stride away.
It has been one of track and field's greatest rivalries.
Which got the Australian going well too.
She's been so used to being unbeaten, And I think I'm gonna be a bit of a pain in the neck to her for it.
Just days ago, Perec surprised everybody by pulling out of the Games and fleeing Australia. But the truth is, she's been avoiding a showdown ever since Cathy trounced her in Brussels in '97.
I think what I found most satisfying was the fact that she had such a terrific record, And I was kind of like the new kid on the block. And I know people have told me, and I can feel it when I'm on the circuit, like in the dining hall with other athletes and managers and meat promoters and all the media, that, yeah, this sort of kid's, we better take her a little bit seriously now. And I think that I really like that.
When we first met Cathy Freeman on 60 Minutes over a decade ago, she described herself as a girl from the Queensland bush who wanted to be somebody. Already it was clear she was determined to be the best.
When I was little, I used to look into magazines and have a look at all these famous faces, people who were successful and had achieved. I want to achieve the ultimate.
And that is?
Well, as far as athletics is concerned, it's Olympic gold.
Cathy was a natural, born with speed and endurance. Her Aboriginal father, Twinkle Toes Freeman, was a football speedster. Her brother Norman, who trained with her, also was a young sprint champion.
When we lived up near Mount Isa, we'd run along the banks. We'd have a race, give you a race from that stump down to the bridge. We'd go for a quick bolt. It was good training too because it was sand. It was quite thick, but it was fun.
Did you win in those days?
No, Norman did. Only because he was a boy.
Arms.
While Cathy and Norman won sporting scholarships to the international school in Queensland's Coralban Valley, there was one of the 5 Freeman kids always on their mind, one who couldn't run at all. Anne-Marie had cerebral palsy.
One thing about Anne-Marie was that she made me realise when I was little, when we used to go and visit her, Mum used to always tell us, make the most of who you are, don't ever take anything you've got for granted. Not only mentally, but physically as well. And that did mean a lot to me. And that's one of the many reasons why I do athletics and try and make the most of who I am.
What do you think was the big break?
Well, Bruce had a lot to do with that. If he hadn't have come along at the time that he did, I don't think that I could have had the resources to do it on my own.
When Cathy was 7, her Aboriginal mother, Cecilia, remarried. Cathy's stepfather, Bruce Barber, was her very first coach.
I didn't know anything about athletics, but I thought, well, if nothing else, I could teach her to get fit. But virtually right from the start, I realised that I could only do this for so long, and then we'd have to get proper coaching.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one now.
Her first professional coach was Mike Danila, a Romanian defector who couldn't believe his luck in finding such untapped talent in Australia.
It was Pretty good one. It was good. All right? Yeah.
Yeah, I felt a bit slow at the start.
Yeah.
I felt myself.
How
going
good
down
is
a
she?
bit.
This is a very good question. I can't answer to this question because she looks like without any limit.
Cathy's chance to prove herself came at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland. At 16, the youngest in our relay team became the first Aboriginal Australian to win gold at the Commonwealth Games. What did it mean to you as an Aboriginal girl to win that first gold medal as a sprinter for Australia?
Well, it's a very emotional thing for me because I guess I cannot ignore the fact that I am Aboriginal. There's no way. I can't switch off like that because I've got a whole country acknowledging the fact that I am, of course, you know, my people. And they, to me, they're very special. I know to them that I'm very special. And I know that we can help each other.
The Young Australian of the Year for 1990 is Cathy Freeman.
At just 17, Cathy achieved another first.
I want you to know that I'm thrilled to be the first Aboriginal youth to be recognised for such distinction. I'm shaking.
What did it mean to Aboriginal kids to see Cathy named as Young Australian of the Year?
I think it meant an awful lot because Catherine has made such an impact all over Australia. I think this will make them stand up and say, look, if she can do it, I can.
It was her decision to carry both the Australian and Aboriginal flags at the Commonwealth Games in Victoria, Canada, that suddenly elevated a naturally shy athlete to centre stage. The Australian Games chief, Arthur Tunstall, was outraged. Why do you think Arthur Tunstall and people like him feel so threatened when you wrap your heart in both of our flags?
Who?
You've forgotten already?
I don't know who. He's
Arthur Tunstall? Remember Arthur Tunstall?
Nah.
You've erased him from your memory?
I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's he talking about? No, okay, seriously, I mean, you know, all he did was cause even more attention, bring more attention to the whole episode, and at the end of the day, I did what I wanted to do. Nobody stopped me, so whatever. And you know, it got people to think about it, which was cool, and people were having, you know, over lunch conversations about it, which is really good.
As a world champion and an Aborigine, Cathy Freeman couldn't avoid politics. A descendant of the stolen generation, she's acutely aware of the injustices suffered by her people.
Like there's this mural in Melbourne with native, traditional Aboriginal people in their lap-laps and stuff with chains around their necks, being treated like animals. And I draw strength from those sorts of paintings, which is pretty much what the flag represents, and all the struggles, I suppose, and hardships that my people have had to deal with.
To become the best in the world, Cathy has overcome her own share of hardships. For the last couple of years, she's been embroiled in a painful public struggle with her former mentor, manager and lover, Nick Beddoe.
I've got some ideas and some faith in her, but I could help 1,000 other people and they couldn't do what Cathy Freeman can do. I mean, she's got the magic, she's the genius.
Going for there's Nick Beddoe.
They'd been a team for 7 years, sharing the spoils of Cathy's success. Today, they're locked in a legal battle over commercial contracts, and the whole affair has taken its toll on Cathy.
I mean, I was 17 when I entered into a serious relationship, and when it ends, I guess it's like after 6 years, I'm 17 all over again, having to learn lessons for myself and, fend for myself, I suppose. Yeah.
Freeman's with them in lane one. Can Cathy live?
Cathy Freeman has never been one to surrender.
I think she's got them.
But yes, at times, she's had doubts.
She's done it. She's won it.
Even briefly thought of retirement.
What a run.
I've had a beep, 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 beep hard year this year, and there were times when I didn't think I was going to make it, so it's been pretty emotional.
And that's why I'm so proud of myself, because there were times when I was, I won't tell you exactly what I thought, but you can imagine what I was thinking. I was like, I'm chucking this in, I'm sort of tired.
But you went on running. Who did you feel you were running for at that point?
Oh, me, definitely.
Cathy's spirits really lifted again when a year ago she married an American Nike executive, Sandy Bodecker. Together they forged a global sponsorship business beyond the wildest dreams of that barefoot girl from the bush. And now Cathy, the girl from the bush, is up there with the greats, the all-stars.
Yeah, it sounds all right. It's something I still don't feel comfortable with, but
The star. Being a star.
Whatever.
Cathy Freeman now occupies a very large place in our hearts, in a whole nation's dreams. The all-Australian girl brings out the best in all of us. She's won so much already, come so far for herself and her people, you can bet tomorrow she'll run the race of her life.
I don't think I could get any more tougher mentally. And I hate sounding my own trumpet, but I think I'm pretty... I love trying to win, and it would be unreal, it'd be fantastic to do it, to do it.
Hello, I'm Liz Hayes. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9 Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.